How y'all doing today? My name is Rusty Tatum and I'm going to talk a little bit about the American alligator. American alligator is an animal that is close to a living dinosaur as you can get. It can be found in the southeastern portion of the United States and is typically found in low-lying areas such as rivers, swamps, creeks. Typical alligator is pretty dark in color. You may find some that has some gray, black, brown, and even a bit of yellow. The female alligator reaches lengths of up to 9.5 to 10 feet long and weighs around 500 pounds. The male can reach lengths up to 15 feet and weigh in excess of 1,000 pounds, which is a pretty good sized gator. Alligator's not typically a picky eater and is somewhat of an opportunist. It will actively seek and kill its prey, or it will scavenge as well. The alligator has a very keen sense of smell and will find any animal that has died, within its territory. When an alligator hunts, its prey really depends on the size of the individual alligator. When a gator is small, it'll feed on things such as insects, fish, really small stuff. As a gator grows in size, it'll feed on turtles, birds, eventually growing into things such as deer and hogs. Once the alligator reaches maturity, it'll become the apex predator, and really its only threat in the wild is humans. The alligator's current population is thriving and growing strong, but this hasn't always been the case. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, the alligator was hunted heavily for its hide and its meat. The alligator was put on the endangered species list in 1967. It's a pretty good time ago. Protection under this Endangered Species Act helped bring the gator population back. It's normal and thriving now. In 1987, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service removed the alligator from the endangered species, deeming the population to have fully recovered. It is estimated that the population now of the alligator exceeds 5 million. That's a pretty good bit of gators. The alligator is a very strong and resilient animal and has survived for thousands of years. One key to this survival is the amount of young an alligator has. A female alligator will build a nest out of vegetation and peat moss, and in this nest the gator will lay anywhere from 20 to 50 eggs. These eggs will incubate inside the nest and will hatch in a period of 65 days. An interesting fact about the alligator is the sex of the young is determined by the temperature of the nest. If the eggs are hatched at a temperature of 93 degrees or more, the sex will be males. If they're around 86 degrees and below, the sex will be females. It's pretty interesting. Although there are several documented alligator attacks on humans, time has proven that the alligator is really not a big threat to us at all. It's completely opposite the fact that humans are the threat to the alligators. Alligators are pretty docile and typically don't attack as long as they're not provoked or the female's defending her young. To ensure the survival of the alligator, we need to maintain our wetlands and keep the pollution in our waterways pretty clean. It is our responsibility to ensure the protection of this living dinosaur, because the only reason that it's ever been endangered is from us. So if you live down here, you live around the south, you're pretty familiar with the alligator. If not, I hope this taught you a little bit about it. Have a good day.